If you're seeing this, your time is here. You have been wiping out so many shadows and casting out so much weight of the past. You're so resilient. You are so stable. Like, you were coming into this place of stability that nobody is going to be able to misdirect you from. Nobody is going to be able to lead you astray. Yeah, we're gonna do some tarot, okay? And that rhymed. Oh, wow. Everything just spilled over. I think, again, like, there are blessings coming in that are going to happen so rapidly that you're not even going to know what hit you. You're not even going to know. You're going to know what to do with it, but in that moment, you're not going to even know what to do with yourself, okay? I'm seeing so much fulfillment right now. There's another bee. There's another bee outside the window. I mean, and bees are the, what's the word? They bring so much life, you know, like, we have to have pollination, we have to have bees, we have to have them as they're a vital part of our ecosystem, right? So, yeah, I'm hearing life force energy. I did pull Temperance. That's the first card out. You are coming into this place of, it's like healing and success are like on the scales. Does that make sense? It's like the more that you've been focusing on healing, the more success is being prepared for you in the background. We have the 10 of feathers, so that would be the 10 of swords. Yeah, 10 of swords. I think that's right. Yeah. It's not the 10 of wands. You're coming into a place of recovery. The things that used to hold you down, they're going to feel non-existent for you. I just got a notification as I said that. I think you're going to have more people start to reach out to you. I think that we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom. You're going to be speaking your truth more. There's a lot of swords energy coming out. So there's air signs here that are definitely present. Your perception about what your truth is, who you really are, has shifted. We talked about this in the last couple of videos, but it really has shifted on a monumental level. No more playing small. I think for some of you, wow, the Empress, as I say that. The Hermit. Ooh, okay, hang on. You have had to be in this space where you had to trust in yourself. Like, it was almost like a last resort. Like, if I don't instill trust into myself, then nobody else is going to instill it into me. And despite whatever I'm seeing in my reality, my environment to others, I know who I am. You've been building up, that might be some Virgos here, but the amount of patience with yourself and your inner child, how much of that has been online for you lately? And I am feeling kind of like a headache in this, it's the left temple for me. I wonder if some of you have been getting, like, you also might have been feeling headaches, but you might have been getting downloads about your new reality lately. And I get there's this sense of excitement because you know it's coming in. I'm seeing too that, like, you've been getting glimpses of this, something to do with your health. Like, recently, you've decided to commit to your health, is what I heard. You've understood the extension of physical health and spiritual health, the interplay of those things. Let's see what else is here. We have the World. Wow. Fulfillment and celebration. Yeah, like, I think for a lot of you, you're in this place where you fundamentally shifted how you experience joy in your life and yourself. And with the world being here, I'm getting that you have chosen to see every day as a new opportunity. It's been very, I heard regal, but it's felt very fulfilling. It's felt luxurious. And that would kind of check out with us being in Taurus season. Let's see what else wants to come out. We have the Three of Shells in the reverse, the Three of Cups in the reverse. I'm getting that you guys are also in a place now where you're not going to be worried as much about what others want to contribute to you, or people's emotional availability is what I heard. Like you're, my throat's like wanting to close as I say that, but you are in a place where you understand that you can provide yourself the emotional fulfillment that you expected in other people. And so regardless of how people choose to show up at this point, like, yeah, it's like a take it or leave it. It's like, you can show up for me and I appreciate it. And, you know, I want that community, but I've figured it out for myself is what I heard. Yeah, we have the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So you really are in this place, the Six of Shells, the Six of Cups. You're in this, wow, in transformation. You're really in this place where you have healed things that you thought were going to take much longer to heal, is what I heard. Yeah, you're healing things that you thought were going to take a lot longer. And that's why you're in this King of Cups energy, is because you had good faith, is what I heard. You went about the process in good faith. So you wanted to show up in a way that was consistent and harmonious to your higher purpose, your higher self, your most happy self, your most abundant and fulfilled emotionally self. What else is here? I'm feeling a bit tired today, so some of you might be, yeah, strength in the reverse. That's kind of seems to be the energy. I think we're still in this period of integration right now. We're having to, for some of us, it could feel like we're manually going about our days. So we're like manually doing the things that we know we need to do, even when it feels challenging, but it doesn't feel as moving or like inspirational. Like maybe some of us, we felt like we kind of lost touch with that spark, but we're still staying disciplined. So that's what I'm getting from the strength in the reverse. We're still connected. We're feeling tired. We have the Eight of Swords here, but it was in the reverse. I think you guys are coming into a place too where you're understanding that all of the solutions lie within yourself. Like you don't need to go outside of yourself to look for a solution to a problem. I forget the saying, but it's like, you know, basically, if you spend too much time focusing on the idea that there is a problem, you won't reach a solution. So the solution is to not view the problem as a problem, but to kind of view it as like a setback that can be solved. It's like an experience that can be solved, basically, and not to look at it as like a problem, because then you get overly identified in the labeling of the thing being a problem, and it's not a problem. I have love at the reverse, in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, I'm getting from this too, for some of you, you are like you're falling out of love with certain ideas of people, because people have not been consistent in showing or telling you who they are. They've not been consistent in showing it. They've been telling you it, but there's not been a lot of consistent action on their part. We have the Page of Cups here. Yes, you guys are coming into new insight and intuition about just how influential your emotional world is, your emotional experiences, and how much emotions are required to alchemize a situation into the ideal, okay? Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles here. There's new possibilities here. You guys have shown a level of commitment and persistence and drive. I heard Breaking Free by High School Musical. The moon is at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. There aren't any illusions right now. Like, you're seeing things as it is. I saw 1010 as I said that. You're seeing things for what they are. And that, I'm getting, that is the thing that you guys have been out, like you've been undergoing this process. That's like the heaviest part of it lately. That's what you've been focused on the most, is really honing into your perception and not allowing your perception to be eluded or clouded by others and their perceptions, because their perceptions may not have been fully aligned with reality for you. Yeah, we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, so there's a lot of completions, but there's also simultaneously a lot of new beginnings, is because you're taking the time to resolve these things. You're taking the time to process. We have Justice at the bottom of the deck. Ravens might be significant to you guys. I notice it's holding like it's like a double, it looks like a, what are those things called? I don't know. It's kind of like a dandelion, but I don't know if it is a dandelion. Anyways, that's what I'm getting from this card, though. See how much I was struggling with like determining what it was versus what it wasn't. For a lot of you, there's the Justice is such a level of clarity. There's no more confusion. You're not being clouded by your own perceptions. You're trusting yourself. You're trusting your perceptions at this time. The term gaslighting, I heard, has come up a lot, where you know that your intuition is correct. Don't ever let anybody tell you that your intuition is wrong or second guess your intuition. That is instilled in you for a reason. That is like your connection to source. That is your higher self. You're literally communing with your higher self when you're tapping into your intuition. And so I'm hearing for some of you, there might have been moments lately where you felt pulls or influenced. You've been influenced to kind of let that drop to the wayside. Like, it's okay if I don't tap into this right now because I'm more focused on doing right by this person. Queen of Shells, Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, but the Hangman also came out. Yes, that literally is what we're discussing right now. It's like your intuition, you know, the Queen of Cups is very intuitive card along with the High Priestess. But you're in this place where you understand that it's not just some supernatural experience, which it is, but it's inherently part of who you are. So you're learning to trust who you are, the parts of you that make up who you are. And you have a new perspective on who you are at this time. Your perspective has shifted. You've become a very magical being. You've 1313, as I say that. You become somebody that is not afraid to harness and harbor the potentiality of who you are in all of your forms, whether that is through grief, whether that is through anger. Because for a lot of you, I'm getting you have held back a lot on your anger. You have suppressed anger. You have suspended anger. Whoa, as I say that, the High Priestess in the reverse wanted to flip out as I was shuffling in the reverse. So yeah, and that has caused you to be in this place where you're feeling, disconnected from self, disconnected from your true self. And, you know, a lot of times when we are in a place where we're feeling angry, we're feeling irritable, we're feeling uncomfortable, we're feeling down on ourselves, that's because we don't always have a full awareness that this is happening, that we have disconnected from our true essence, from our true source, okay? Let's see what else is here. Yeah, we have the Chariot in the reverse. I think for some of you, this has, you have felt lately like you've been in a place where you're just not as disciplined, like things are slowing down a little bit, like maybe, you know, the visions that you've created, and you know they're still on the way, but it's just kind of felt like, I almost see like somebody dragging their foot through the mud. I don't know why that that image popped into my head, but it's almost like you're making things harder than it needs to be for yourself right now. It's like you don't have to stay in the mud. There's a creek right next to you. You can just rinse your foot off and continue on your way. That's what I'm seeing, like the Four of Cups for a lot of you, where it's like You have everything that you need. It's just your perspective right now is in a place where you feel stuck. You feel less abundant. So it's your perspective that's actually what is manifesting this feeling into your reality. It's not the truth, but feelings are powerful. Feelings carry a lot of vibrational weight, right? So if we're in a place where we're feeling unmotivated or our perspective needs challenging, you know, then that's going to weigh on us. I see the wheel right here. A lot of you guys are contemplating change and whoa. I see the tower here, the 9 of crystals. Yeah, a lot of you are contemplating change. What's next for me? What needs to happen next? That's weird. I heard unadulterated assistance. But what I'm hearing with that is you don't necessarily need assistance from other people. You need to call on yourself. You need to call on your spiritual team. You need to call on your guides. As I say that, the shaman sticks out. You need to spread your wings. You need to take a chance on yourself. You have these wings and you're acting like your wings have been clipped, like you can't fly. That might be significant for somebody. Maybe there has been a lot of talk about flying, whether it's like you're a pilot or you have a passion for traveling, like flying planes. Maybe it's other types of flying, whether you like paragliding or skydiving. The feeling of flying could be significant for some of you. You're looking to experience that feeling of unadulterated, unlimited release. That's what it is. You guys are looking for a release right now. You're looking to release something. What are they looking to release? What is my collective looking to release right now? Okay. Wow. Yeah. So we have the 9 and the 10 of feathers. We have the 10 of shells and we have the king of shells. So we have air and water energy here. You guys are feeling a little bit stuck right now in your well-being and feeling blessed. I think some of you are going back on this idea of like, am I blessed? Am I designated to be in this existence? Am I designated to have this experience? Am I as magical as I thought I was? This is what is shifting at this time. With the 9 of swords, your perspective is undergoing a current of transformation right now. I saw like a wave kind of just like sweeping in like the sand and like clearing all of that unnecessary self-talk that isn't accurate. It's not rooted in your reality. For some of you, I'm seeing like lately you might have engaged in some habits that do reflect more of the past version of yourself. And you know, it's kind of like a vice. It's not necessarily something that serves you at this point. And you're being hard on yourself about that. And that's part of why this perspective is needing to shift so much, because you're allowing your actions to also, you're identifying with your actions. You know what I mean? Blessings and well-being was in the reverse. Some of you right now are not feeling blessed. You're not feeling well. And I do think it's because of this. There's so much air energy. So a lot of you are really too much in your head right now. You're having automatic negative thoughts about yourself. And you're like, where is this coming from? This isn't my energy. Just know that is changing. I do see that this is what needs to happen. You need to give more credence to your feelings right now. Your emotions hold a lot of weight, but right now it's like, again, the 4 of cups just keeps coming up. You've been focusing more on what you don't have versus what you do have. What is there for you right now? The moon in the reverse again. Yeah, so there's something being illuminated, and I would really encourage you all to talk to your higher self, source, spirit guides, whatever, you commune with, and ask, what are the things that need to be revealed to me at this time? What needs to be revealed? What needs to be released? Maybe even as you're going to bed, when you're about to go to sleep, like, show me what I need to see. Show me what needs to be experienced through my dreams. Show me what needs to be let go of. I see love in the reverse again. So for some of you, this is about self-love. For some of you, your self-love, your self-image has been impacted lately because of external circumstances. There's been, maybe it is like people that you considered yourself to love, you know, or yeah, like for some of you, you're feeling entrapped right now. You're feeling closed off. You're feeling confined. You're feeling like nobody really sees you or understands you. And that really has been affecting your perception of who you are, which is 2022, as I say that, like 222. You're a very magical being. You're very powerful. I'm going to pull real quick one of the oracle cards from the Roast Iconic Oracle deck. And I just see like what is like the one message that my collective needs to hear today before we wrap up. Red flag. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to pop out here. Triggered. Ooh, okay. Okay, maybe there have just been some like toxic energies in your field lately. You guys don't feel like you have a platform to speak about it. That's what I heard. You don't feel like you have a platform to speak about it. You don't have an outlet to express that. That does need to be expressed. Even if it's through the body, if it's like somatic shaking, you're literally just moving energy through your body. This does need to come out, up and out. So let's see, triggered. Or red flag came up first, so let's do that. It says, no matter how often you try to bleach the red flags white, they only turn back to red. You have been warned. Now pull another card. Which is funny because I did feel the urge to pull another card. We got triggered. So let's see what that has to say. If I can find it, there it is. You've ignored your wounds and issues for too long. Time to seek help or support before you continue the cycle of pain and shame by projecting it onto another. That's going to land for somebody. And it's no shame, right? No problem with that. Like, it's okay. We're human. So like, we will go through times where we have blinders on and it's hard to even identify that like a lot of the things that we need to still move up and out, like need to be processed. Because it can affect how we show up for other people. So that's what I'm getting to. Like for some of you, take it how it resonates, but it's not so much about other people weighing you down. You're weighing yourself down and you're misperceiving it as other people weighing you down. Okay. So just like be very mindful of what that means for you and how that looks like. And you know, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. But for some of you, you might already know this and I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I started this, it's kind of like parallel to how I started the reading, because when I started, I was like, ooh, this energy feels so heavy. I really don't even want to do this. Like, I don't feel super motivated to do it, but that's the energy that I was picking up on. For a lot of you, you're feeling heavy, but you're not feeling motivated to get out of this heaviness. Up and out, that's what I keep hearing. So shake it up, do something that's outside of your regular routine, you know? That's how you're going to break the cycle. Because if you're doing the same things lately, that's the energy that you're embodying and carrying, is like doing the same thing. So you need to maybe do something a little bit different so your perspective can expand a little bit right now. So you can get back to who you really are, okay? I love you guys, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. We're going into the weekend, so I hope that your weekend is fruitful and abundant for you and adventurous. If you're not feeling well, rest up. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. But yeah, I love you guys. If this resonated with you, you can book a personal reading with me if you want to go deeper into the subject. The link will be in the description in my bio, okay? Or in the description of this video. So yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care.